So you're interested in buying a car from Carvana and you're doing your homework first. That's great news for you because most people who end up dissatisfied with a Carvana car buying experience didn't take the time to fully understand the process and the certain guidelines that safeguard you from being or feeling taken advantage of. Hi, my name's Josh, and in this video, I'm going to give you the top 7 tips that you should know before buying a car from Carvana. And be sure to stay to the end because tip number 7 might just surprise you. Carvana makes used car shopping seem easy and even a little glamorous with its user-friendly website and click-to-buy feature that seems as easy as ordering a pizza online. You think of it as fun and exciting if getting something new, even if it's been used by someone else. But before you head off to that daydream of driving happily into the sunset with your new ride, here are some important tips that you should know. Number 1, do your homework first. Carvana is a one-price car seller. The price listed is the price you will pay, and they don't take offers or discount. They claim that their algorithm and market conditions and demand for the model of the vehicle that you're searching for gives them very accurate and competitive pricing to offer. And quite often they're correct. However, it's your job to know this by shopping for the same make, model, and year of your desired car and investigate used cars prices using any and all available tools online on other websites. Doing some advanced research will give you more confidence that the price you're agreeing to is fair in the marketplace at the current time. You can't really rely on things you heard from previous transactions that go back more than about 6 months because the supply and demand and the market fluctuates, and that can impact prices quite a bit over time. Now, the only time Carvana does lower a price is if a car's been listed and it's been sitting for a period of time, or if they have too many of a certain make and model. After a review, they may sometimes adjust their selling price and it'll be noted on the listing as a price drop. However, you probably shouldn't wait around for that to happen, as somebody else may be watching and waiting for that price drop and snap it out from right underneath you. That takes us to tip number 2. Understand the 7-day money-back guarantee and its limits. Let's start with Carvana's biggest selling point. That 7-day money-back guarantee. According to Carvana's own FAQ, this guarantee has specific limits that you need to understand. First, you get 400 miles during those 7 days to test the vehicle. But here's what's important. There are limits to that guarantee. You're responsible for keeping the vehicle in the same condition, and excessive wear and damage during your trial period could affect your return. Also, it's very important that you have 7 days from the day you take delivery, which is your day 1. So if you pick the car up at 6 o'clock at night, that's your first day. And if you do decide to return it, you must notify them by 5 p.m. Eastern Time on day 7. If you do return the vehicle during the 7-day period, you'll get a refund, but you need to understand the process. You'll need to schedule the return, and there may be some logistics involved depending on how the car was delivered to you originally. The key here is to use those 7 days and 400 miles wisely. Don't just drive it around town. Test it in different conditions, on highways, in parking lots, everywhere you normally drive. And more importantly, take it to a mechanic for a once-over. Yes, Carvana does what they call a 150-point inspection, but that may not uncover some of the more serious or expensive deferred maintenance or improper repairs for that matter. Not having a mechanic check out your Carvana purchase is the biggest source of regret from buyers who find themselves upset with their purchase, and it's totally avoidable. It just takes a little effort on your part. Tip number 3, know what happens after you order. Once you place your order, Carvana process moves into what they call purchase pending status. During this time, they're preparing your vehicle and handling paperwork, but you might be asked to provide additional documentation. According to their FAQ, you may need to provide some income verification, employment verification, or other documents even after placing your order. This is normal, but it can delay your delivery if you don't respond quickly. If you plan on financing elsewhere or paying cash, you'll supply different documentation as they request. You'll also need to arrange insurance for your new vehicle before delivery. Make sure you have this sorted out and done ahead of time so that it doesn't hold up your delivery date. Number 4, understand the document requirements. Carvana requires various documents for your purchase, and these requirements can vary based on your situation. You might need to provide proof of income, which could be pay stubs, bank statements, tax returns, etc., employment verification, address verification, driver's license that meets their requirements, maybe an odometer disclosure, a limited power of attorney for registration. And if you're self-employed, military, or a teacher, or have other specific employment situations, there are different documentation requirements. So check their FAQ for the specific situation that you can have everything ready when needed. Again, Carvana leads you through this process step by step, and you have a checklist of all the items to complete that you can do as you're able and come back later to finish or add other documents. They do make this process pretty straightforward. However, you are on your own when you do this. And if you need to call for help, the hold times can sometimes be very long. Tip number 5, title and registration takes time and varies by state. This is probably one of the most important things to understand. Carvana handles all the title and registration work for you, but the timeline varies significantly depending on your state, as some states will require the buyer to do this registration process, to which Carvana will prepare a packet for you to take to your DMV. Also, they do not make steps to register your car until after the 7-day warranty period has ended. They complete all the DMV paperwork, but you're dependent on both Carvana's processing time and your state's DMV processing time. Some states are faster than others, and if there are any other issues with paperwork, it can cause delays. You'll receive temporary tags, but make sure you understand your state's laws about temporary tag renewals in case there are delays with your permanent registration. Note that title and registration issues have been a subject of multiple lawsuits against Carvana in the past, which they claim have now been resolved. But it's in your best interest to discuss this at the time of delivery to be clear on what your expectations should be. Tip number 6, delivery and pickup logistics. Carvana offers both delivery and pickup options. If you choose delivery, they'll charge you a nominal fee depending on how far you live from the Carvana store, generally under $100. And you'll need to be available during that scheduled time window and have a suitable location for the delivery. If you choose pickup from a Carvana location, that's free. However, you'll need to arrange transportation to get there, and you'll go through the pickup process at their facility. In larger cities, you'll get to go to the vending machine tower and insert a special coin that they give you, and then fetches your vehicle and delivers it to you through the tower. It's pretty cool to watch. Also note that sometimes they may request that you pick up your car if you live in an area that's difficult for them to drive a flatbed truck due to road or limited parking conditions. I live in a downtown metro area, and Carvana preferred me to bring my car in when I sold it to them, as they had nowhere to park the truck while we did the paperwork and so on. I only live about 8 miles from the Carvana store, so it was easy enough for me to do and then just take a rideshare home. But either way, make sure you have all the required documents ready: your driver's license, proof of insurance, and any financing paperwork. The process can be delayed if you're missing required documentation. Also, anybody who will be included on the title, signing, or co-signing a loan must be present with you as well at the time of delivery. Tip number 7, the shipping charge and what it covers. So that last tip was about delivery, and there's a fee for that if you have it delivered, but this is something that might surprise you. There can also be a separate shipping charge if the car must be brought in from another city. The shipping charge can sometimes be over $1,000. However, you'll see it clearly listed next to the price of the car on the website. So be sure to use your correct zip code when you're shopping on the Carvana website. Local cars without a shipping charge will usually say, "Get it tomorrow." However, according to their FAQ, the shipping charge is generally non-refundable even if you return the vehicle within your 7-day money-back guarantee period. So keep that in mind. This means that even if you return the car and get your purchase price refunded, you may not get back that shipping charge that you paid. This is an important cost to factor into your decision, especially if you're on the fence about a particular vehicle. Make sure you understand all the fees involved in your purchase up front so there are no surprises later. Carvana has created a convenient way to buy cars online. For many people, it works really well. The key is understanding their process and requirements up front so you have realistic expectations. Use that 7-day return period wisely. Have all your documents ready, understand the timeline for the title and registration in your state, and factor in all the costs, including shipping fees. The most important thing is to be prepared and know what to expect each step of the process. When you understand how Carvana works, you're much more likely to have a smooth and happy experience. Have you bought a car from Carvana, or are you considering it? Let me know your thoughts and experiences in the comments below. And if this video was helpful, make sure to subscribe for more car buying tips. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.